Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So if you're into gripping thrillers that has mixed politics, mystery, and a dash of real-world intrigue, then you have probably heard of Conclave. Directed by Edward Berger and starring Ralph Fiennes, this 2024 film is blowing up for its tense look inside the Vatican's secretive process of electing a new pope. And today, I am breaking it all down, like the hidden secrets, the juicy scandals, and the brutal power struggles that drive the story. So if you haven't seen it yet, then you should watch it first, but if you doesn't care about spoilers like me, then of course, stay tuned. So Conclave follows Cardinal Thomas Lawrence, who's tasked with overseeing the ancient ritual of selecting a new pope, after the sudden death of the previous one. And over about 72 hours, cardinals from around the world lock themselves in the Vatican, and they disconnected themselves from the outside world, like there are no phones, no news, just votes and whispers. So it's like a high-stakes political drama set in a holy fortress, where ambition clashes with faith. And we get to see the rival factions, like progressives pushing for change, versus conservatives clinging to tradition. And secrets bubble up, alliances form and shatter, and external chaos threatens to spill in. Actually, the film nails the tension of this real-life process, and this movie is based on Robert Harris's novel, and it has stunning visuals of the Sistine Chapel and a killer score. So if you love The Crown or House of Cards but with a religious twist, then this is your movie. So to understand the movie's secrets and scandals, let's quickly cover how a real papal conclave works, because this film gets a lot of things right. Actually, when a pope dies, cardinals under 80 gather in seclusion, voting in rounds until someone gets a 2/3 majority. And the white smoke signal represents success, and black means no winner. And within the election time, they're isolated to avoid outside influence. Their meals are served by nuns, and there is also strict no communication rules. And the movie amps this up for drama, showing how personal ambitions turn it into a pressure cooker. And here's a fun fact for you, conclaves usually last 3 to 4 days in modern times, just like in the film. Alright, so let's start the spoilers now. So the film's secrets kick off with Cardinal Lawrence uncovering hidden truths about the frontrunners. And one big reveal involves a Nigerian cardinal, Adeyemi, who is a strong contender, until a past relationship and a secret child come to light, via a confrontation with a nun named Sister Shinumi. And Lawrence, bound by confession, can't spill it directly, but whispers spread like wildfire, taking Adeyemi's chances. Then there's the mysterious documents Lawrence finds in the late Pope's sealed apartment, which expose shady dealings, like vote-buying bribes tied to another candidate, Cardinal Tremblay. And it's classic cloak and dagger stuff, with Lawrence teaming up with the no-nonsense Sister Agnes to dig deeper. And don't get me started on the surprise arrival of Cardinal Benitez, who is a secret appointee from Kabul, basically an unknown entity to everyone. But his backstory hides the film's biggest bombshell. And trust me, these secrets aren't just plot devices, they highlight the Vatican's veil of secrecy, where even holy men hide skeletons. And this movie uses them to question faith versus human flaw, all while building suspense. So now, let's get to the scandals. Actually, Conclave thrives on this segment, by turning the election into a scandal fest. Like take the Whisper campaign against Adeyemi, his affair from 30 years ago derails his lead, sparked by a deliberate transfer of the nun involved, orchestrated to humiliate him. And this shows pure sabotage, like how scandals are weaponized in power plays. Then another scandal erupts with Tremblay's exposure, like Lawrence and Agnes photocopy evidence of his bribes to cardinals, causing an uproar during votes. And it's a bold move that flips the election. And there are some external issues, like a suicide bombing shakes the Sistine Chapel mid-vote, killing people outside and forcing the cardinals to confront global violence. And there's also Tedesco, the ultra-conservative candidate, who pushes a holy war vibe, while others advocate peace. And these moments expose the church's underbelly, like ambition, betrayal, and how scandals can shatter reputations overnight. Actually, the film doesn't shy away from critiquing the institution, but it humanizes the cardinals as flawed people under immense pressure. And at its core, Conclave is about power struggles dividing the church. But sometimes, we have liberals like Bellini, who wants to continue the late Pope's progressive path, and clashing with conservatives like Tedesco, who will roll back reforms and isolate the faith. And Tremblay and Adeyemi fall somewhere in between, with their own agendas. Then there is Lawrence, our reluctant hero, who navigates this minefield, reconciling with Bellini after some heated arguments, and even considering his own candidacy. And the struggles reached its peak when violence intrudes, and Benitez's speech against retaliation sways votes, emphasizing compassion over division. Actually, it's a commentary on real-world church tensions, like reform versus tradition, and inclusion versus exclusion. And the film suggests true power lies in moral conviction, not manipulation. And finally, there's the ending. Because after the bombing and final votes, Benitez wins overwhelmingly and becomes Pope Innocent XIV. But Lawrence learns Benitez's secret, like he was born intersex, with a uterus and ovaries discovered during surgery. But he chose not to alter himself, believing it's God's will, and the late Pope also kept it hidden. Then Lawrence decides to stay silent, seeing it as a progressive step for the Church. Then the crowds cheer as white smoke rises, and Lawrence smiles, which implies hope amid uncertainty. And it's a jaw-dropping twist that flips expectations, questioning gender, identity, and divine purpose. But ultimately, does it mean the Church evolves? Well, that's up for debate, but it's a bold closer. So Conclave masterfully blends thriller elements with deep themes, making Vatican politics feel thrilling and relevant. And Ralph Fiennes shines as the conflicted Lawrence, and the supporting cast, like Tucci and Lithgow, adds some specific layers. So if you love smart dramas that unpack power and scandal, then this is a must-watch for you. So tell me, what did you think of the twist? Well, drop your theories in the comments. And of course, smash that like and subscribe button for more breakdowns.